restream this. I'm gonna restream this. I'm gonna get in this motherfucker's head bad. Doesn't take much for me to do at this point. But Denisa, how dare you? Denisa, you better be fucking lucky I ain't down where you're at, cause I'd take you out single-handedly. And your black husband too. I'd fuck him up if he came at me. You understand me, Denisa? I'd fuck his ass up too. There's no fucking way you being in here, unless he's not okay with it and he has to monitor you, then I'll make an exception. However, Denisa, you're a cunt. And I'm going after every supporter of Noodles at this point. I'm going after the smoke. I'm going after Denisa. I'm going after... And anyone out there, all right, who does not call me she. Apparently you haven't fucking heard of a lesbian trans person. Apparently that they don't exist in your fucking world, right? That a trans person has to be a drag queen in your fucking world. A trans person has to be a Republican in order for them to be acceptable, right? You can motherfuck yourself right there with that. Because I'm speaking here, and ain't no one going to kick me out. I'm going to be going on and on and on and on here. But Denisa, you are heavy on my radar. And I know people in Florida. You know, I could pay someone to stalk your house. Do you realize I could fucking do that if I really wanted to, Denisa? And I want to know where the fuck you're at. Don't be surprised if I get that done. Don't be surprised. Just don't. I'm not saying it's a definite, but don't be surprised either. Do not. You know what? You push buttons too long on here, and you're very biased. Smoke has said some very rude things in that chat, and you don't kick him. You don't call anything down the middle. Denisa, you're a cunt. You're not even a cunt. You're a bastard. I'll call you a bastard. You're a shim bastard. A shim bastard. That's what you are, and a fake trans person. I don't care if you got the surgery done. You're invalid. You're invalid because you're a Trumper. You're invalid. You're totally invalid. And you're the types who need to be left in the alleyway with their carcass hanging there. Okay? I would love to be the street person and you run into me. I would love that, actually. This way I could give fair license to rip your head off and nothing would happen to me. Absolutely nothing would happen to me. You're safe in Florida. Your kind is safe in Florida. Definitely. They need to show respect to me and they need to gender me properly. Anyone who calls me he is going to get a hard block over here. I don't care if it's Brian K. I don't care if it's anyone. If they call me he, they're getting blocked over here. That's it. There is no... You think that's fake? You think I'm being fake with that? Fuck no, I ain't being fake. I am a lesbian trans person. Plain and simple. But like wearing sports clothes isn't indicative of being trans. Like you have to be a guy if you're wearing a sports shirt. That is ridiculous shit. You know how narrow-minded that fucking garbage is that I heard him talking right there? They hate me. They believe in hate crimes against other trans people. So I believe in hate crimes against them. Call a fucking spade, huh? Only they're favored in the eyes of the law, and I ain't. And they try to use that to their advantage. But I want Denise's information. I want her husband's name. I want her real name. I want her friends' real names. And if someone can provide that to me, email it. Email it to me. If someone can provide that to me, because that person's good at hiding. That person's good at hiding. So you want to play with me? I'll terrorize all your supporters then. How about that? I'm going to terrorize the fuck out of Denise now. Enough of her fucking bullshit right now. I'm only going live to terrorize at this fucking point. I'm only going live to terrorize and disrupt your show. Because you don't deserve a platform on here. You deserve to be off YouTube, motherfucker. You deserve to be off YouTube. Because you know what? If you're gone, I'll be gone eventually. I'll be gone faster if you're gone. I embrace death of YouTube. I embrace certain people not being on YouTube anymore. I actually do. I think it would be a great thing. Instead of trying to keep alive all the train wrecks out here, because this community can't go be a respectable place, then it has to die. I've always fought for a respectable community on here, but all of you are trolls practically. Even the people that show your faces. Denise, you wishy-washy fucking troll Republican assholes who don't give a fuck about anyone but their goddamn selves and wouldn't give money to any homeless people or anything like that. They're not out there providing new solutions to the world to make things better, to cure hunger, and to cure the housing crisis. Denise would be nowhere to be found. Trust me. Denise would absolutely be nowhere to be found whatsoever. This person is a pretend wealthy person. They want to be the 1%. They want to be the 1% so bad, and maybe she kind of is, actually. I'm going to do that. I'm going to call them a shim, actually. Denise is a shim who probably is in the top 1%, I'm thinking. Or close. But those are the people you have to get out in the open here. They can't be hiding on here, you know? I'll tell you that. So if someone has Denise's information, by all means, forward it to me. I'd love to have it. And I'd love to get that Smokes information, too. I'd like to get his information completely. You got to fuck with these trolls the same way they fuck with other people. You got to play hardball with them. There's no showing mercy to any of them whatsoever. If they're hanging off a cliff, you don't help them up. You stomp their hand and they'll fall into the snake pit. They'll fall right into the snake pit where they fucking belong, with the snakes. That's where all those fucking people belong. That's right. And that's all there is to it. You're not going to be a friend of mine if you're misgendering me, though. You are not going to do that. You are to refer to me as she, or you're not going to get a wrench on my channel. You're not coming into my chats. And that's all there is to it. I run a tight ship for a reason. I feel like even amongst some of the liberals in this community, like, I don't know, I would imagine Brian K. maybe to be Carrie. The liberals here piss me off because they're too right-leaning. They're not left enough for me, actually. They are not left enough for me. And that's just the fucking fact. And they piss me off like a right-winger would. In a lot of ways. In a lot of fucking ways. And that's all there is to it. I mean... I don't even know what that is. Isn't that a contradiction, being an anti-capitalist capitalist? I mean, that has to be the worst type of person in the world, then. If you're an anti-capitalist capitalist. But then again, you kind of have to be to defeat the capitalists, too, when you think about it. So I'm talking more about these wannabe top 1%ers out there who vote most bad people vote conservative, Herbert. I'm telling you, in actuality, I don't know whether you totally believe this or not, but most people who vote conservative are worse than Democrats. They're worse than Democrats. That's how I see it. Is it really? Well, I'll add you back then. But Noodles is the biggest bully out here. He's going to be stopped one way or another. If I have to bully the fuck out of his supporters, I fucking will. I fucking will do that. Because they're the reason he exists. They're the Denise R is the number one reason he exists, really. If you really want to get technical, that's the person you want to get, like, literally all their information. Literally all of it. All of it. So I'm starting a campaign right now, an open season campaign to get Denise R's fucking information. And I'm going to say it like that. Denise R's fucking information. It's no holds barred here in this fucking war. I'll tell you right now, I'm concerned about her more than anybody right now. And that's all there is. And Noodles is going to yell himself to a grave because he doesn't know when to stop. He's a control freak, and you literally have to outdo him at that game to get him to shut the fuck up. And I do it very well. I've dominated him more than anybody has in actuality. He's still here. He's still fucking here, this fucking asshole. But not for long, though. You run out of gas at some point. And that's happening right now. So what I suggest everyone do is not go into his chat. Do not go into his chat and type in there. It's the people that are giving him attention that are forcing me to blast his name all over other communities too. Because then the right people could discover him. And then the right people can take him down and fuck him up. Where it could happen at a faster rate. So it's either going to be one way or the other. You're either all going to stop going over there, which I would recommend. I would recommend everyone just stop going over there. But apparently, that's not an option at this point. You got to do the Elvis travel strategy with him. You got to get his name out to everybody. Literally. You got to do that. Some more pedophile hunting communities could get a hold of him. Some more other communities can get a hold of him. This is how it's going to have to be done. There's no ignoring this anymore. There's no saying Noodles is a character. In fact, he laughed about that. My sources told me he laughed about it and saying that that is his real personality. And he said, I'll just say it's a character. I'm just going to tell him it's a character and I could do all kinds of mean things. That's what was told to me about his so-called character. And this community is dead where it needs to be. Account number 69. This community is dead where it needs to be. It shouldn't be revived because of this fat slob. That I have to keep coming up here. And I have to keep reminding him, not so fast. Because I'm going to keep fucking his shit up. I'm going to fuck Denise R's shit up. I'm going to fuck everybody up over there. I guarantee it at this point. Just let it all fucking die. But people won't do that, will they? Start new chapters in your lives. Don't hang around this community. Go out and start new chapters in your lives. I don't recommend anyone be on here right now. I really don't. But leave it up to fucking Fat Boy here to stir up some shit and keep this community alive. When it really shouldn't be alive at this very time. It should be dead. Make this place a memory. Yeah. And just move on. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm goddamn well going to say about it. This place is done. It's very done. This is the last right here. This is it, really. But it shouldn't even be existing right now. This back and forth should not even be existing. But he has to continue his bullying. He has to continue his bullshit. So here I am. Thank you, Gigi Allen, Canadian $5. People need you. Lots of people look. Yeah, but I don't want to be here. You don't understand. I'm gone soon. You understand? I don't want to be here. I really fucking don't. I feel it's a duty of mine to be here. It's no fun for me, trust me. It's absolutely no fun. In fact, I'm about to end the live very shortly. They're going to be short lives on here from now on. That's how much I fucking hate to be here, okay? But Gigi Allen, $5 right there. Just that some people should just willingly leave on their own and hang it up. But they have to continue to be an asshole out here. And that's where I feel I have to step in. So that's it. And I said all I need to say right now, I think. Um, Noodles is probably going to write me a whole bunch of angry messages later, which I saved every single one of them. If any of you want them, feel free to have them. I think I showed them up at the front, but if anyone wants to have them for their records, go right ahead. You want to put them in another video or something, fine. So, I'm going to log off now. Talk to you later.